Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to Battle Royale, Round 1, Tie 2. And today it is against two of my most loyal subscribers. They have been subscribers really from the start of the channel. One is Mick, who lives in America, and the other is Charles, who's come up. Both of them have come up with some great ideas and some great rankings for me. And today they go head to head in Battle Royale. Now, Mick's nomination was Secret Treaties by Blue Öyster Cult, and Charles put in the Waterboys, and this is the sea. So up first today is Mick's Blue Öyster Cult Secret Treaties. Blue Öyster Cult, of course, an American rock band formed in 1967, best known for Don't Fear the Reaper and Godzilla. Sold a lot of records, 25 million. Got some great paid people in the band. I've gone through the band. We've had Buck Dharma, Eric Bloom, Alan Lanier, Joe Bouchard, Albert Bouchard. Great band. I have seen them. And their album, Secret Treaties, when I ranked Blue Öyster Cult, this was my number one. And it is my today, both albums are my favourite albums by both artists. But if you want to go and have a listen, the shorts are in there. I'll put a link in the description box, and at the end of this video, that you can go directly to the link to the shorts of both these albums. So let's have a look at these albums then. Today's battle for you to choose. So Secret Treaties was the third Blue Öyster Cult album, and it was released in April of 1974. So playing on this one is that classic lineup in my books. Eric Bloom, who did vocals, rhythm, guitar and keyboards. Donald Buck Dharma Rosa on lead guitar. Alan Lanier on the keyboards, rhythm guitars and synthesizers, and he plays second lead guitar on track 11 on this album. And Joe and Albert Bouchard, bass and drums and vocals. So let's dive into Secret Treaties. Track 1, a song co-written by Patti Smith with Albert Bouchard, and it's The Career of Evil. What makes this track so good is that catchy keyboard sound and hook from Alan. It's a good track all round, don't get me wrong, but it's that keyboard that really draws you into the song. It's a great track. What a way to start a great album. Up next, Subhuman. Terrific track. You got a great, the bass line on this, if you listen closely to it, from Joe, very intricate. It's not an easy bass line. It's a really rolling sort of bass line, and you've got again Alan's wonderful keyboard work. Great track. I just love that track. Dominance and Submission. Good little rock track here. The riffs on this are just dynamite. Donald and Eric at their best, driving the song along. Some great singing on this. Great track. Just listen to that. Go and have a listen to that one. It's a great track. And then we get one of my personal favourites on this album. It's ME262. Heavy. And the harmony vocals on this are just amazing. It's just some really intricate guitar work, and to see this performed live is something else. I will let you know that's just a great track. Cagey Cretins Some great drumming here from Albert. It's really good. Then you get Joe's little underlying bass line. It's just got a great sound to this. It's crisp. It just feels like someone's playing it in your lounge. It really is good. Then we get Harvester of Eyes. These good tracks on this album just keep coming, don't they? Some guitar picking that sounds just great on here. It is a wonderful. Then you get that rich organ from Alan. Just fantastic track. Then we got Flaming Telepaths. It's probably got my favourite guitar solo ever by anything by Blue Oyster Cult. It is just amazing. How Donald holds them notes. Wonderful guitar solo from a great track. And the last track on here is Astronomy. Can never say that. It's very proggy. It's one of the proggy sort of songs from the band. That underlying bass line is terrific. The guitar work from both Eric and Donald is good. Plus you've got a wonderful drum line from Albert. Really, really good. It's just one of them great 70s rock albums. Secret Treaties. There's not a bad track on this album whatsoever. It's one of them albums you put on and you just let go. So go and have a listen to the short to give you that flavour. It's a really good album. And it is my favourite album by Blue Oyster Cult. As you know, Blue Oyster Cult are one of my favourite bands. So that's for Blue Oyster Cult. So good luck, Mick. And if you're a Blue Oyster Cult fan, you know where to vote. But you've got some competition from Charles and the Waterboys. Now, the Waterboys were formed back in 1983, and during their period of being a band, it's definitely what I call a proper United Kingdom band, because there's been people from England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland have been in this band, so it's very, very British. And it's like they're led by Mike Scott, of course, who's Scottish, and they're sort of a folk rock band, been around a long time, have created some great songs and great folk songs. Mike Scott, of course, has had a solo career. We haven't looked at his solo career yet, but I'm sure we will. We've ranked the Waterboys, both their live stuff and their studio stuff, of course. They dissolved in 93 and then they reformed in 2000, and they continue to perform to this day. So the album that Charles actually chose was my number one pick, and it's This Is the Sea, and it came out in 1985, and it's considered the last of their big music albums. So playing on here is Mike Scott, who did the vocals, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, pianos, percussion, synthesizers, drum machine programming, bells and effects. Anthony Thistlethwaite, saxophones, double bass, bass, guitar and mandolin. And Carl Wallinger on bass, synth, piano, organ, keyboard, synthesizers, celeste, percussion and backing vocals. So, first track on This Is the Sea is a great track, and it's called Don't Bang the Drum. I love the start of this. Got this sort of Mexican trumpet. You don't expect that, do you? At the start. You expect Clint Eastwood to appear, don't you? It's just that brilliant. The drumming on this is terrific, although it is, of course, a machine. But it really fits in. It's got some great saxophone on it. It's a really good opening track. One of the best opening tracks of any of the Waterboys albums, I'd say. Then we get their biggest hit. It's the one that everybody knows. Doesn't matter if you're not a Waterboys fan or not. The Whole of the Moon. It is a terrific track. It's catchy. It's a good pop song. It did a lot of business for them, that one. It's their biggest hit, and it's still a very popular track to this day. Then we get this little short track. It's only 1 minute and 50 long, but the piano on here is just absolutely wonderful, and it's Mike's vocal is just absolutely perfect. It just shows what a great singer he is. Then we get this little track called The Pan Within. Got a real Celtic sound to it. I love that mixture of the guitars. The lead guitar on this is terrific. It sort of sums up the Waterboys with their sort of multicultural British sound. You know, it defines, you know, bits of England, Scotland. It's all in there. It's really, really good. Then we get a track called A Medicine Bow. Again, it's got a wonderful drum beat. You forget this is all done on drum machines, but they program them perfectly. And the guitar on this again is just fantastic. Another fine performance on the vocals from Mike Scott. Then we get Old England. I love this. I love the combination of that piano and sax. I like tracks very simply written and very simply performed. You don't need all the bells and whistles. This is just a terrific track. Be My Enemy. This is a quite beefy for the Waterboys. It's got that little bit of that post-punk feel to it. It's quite one of the most raunchy tracks on the album, and the drumming on this is terrific. Really nice beat to it. Trumpets. Again, we've got some lovely interplay here from piano and saxophone. I love this. You know me in saxophones. I just love the saxophone. It is a great track. And then I don't want to influence anyone, but my favourite track, and this is my favourite track by the Waterboys, and it's the title track of this album. This is The Sea. It feels like you're at sea, and by the seaside and the waves, and they've tried to create this song that makes you feel and that you're by the sea, and it's majestic of the sea, the secrets of the sea, the devastation that the sea can bring. It's one of Mike Scott's finest vocals. It's an absolute pleasure to listen to this. Another great album, another worthy contender for this competition. Side 2 is just, to me, it's one of the perfect sides of an album. You always said that what's the perfect side? Side 2 on this is some of the strongest tracks. This was going to be a tough one for you guys, because both albums, although they're different genres, they're both of a high quality, and some of the finest work of both bands on these albums. I really think this is going to be a tough one to call, actually. So it's up to you now, isn't it? Not me. I don't make no decisions now. It's all down to you guys. The only time we step in is if we do get a draw, where the panel, if it's a draw, the panel of the night of the live stream, we're calling it the panel shootout. Well, whoever's on that panel that night will make the decision. So looking forward to seeing what this one goes. So next week's, I'd like to give you a little bit of thing, is between two good albums from two different sort of bands. We have got The Clash and Sinister against Foxtrot by Genesis. Yeah, another two good albums. So we got some really good ties. So that's all for this week. So the way you do your voting on this one is the round about 2 o'clock. The poll goes up in the community on the community page, and then tonight there'll be a poll in the live stream, and they're the only places you can vote. If you want to vote in this, you must go and do it either tonight or during the community on the community page, because it's going to get confusing getting when people say, oh, I prefer that album. We don't know if you voted or not, so please just vote on the community page, or if you're in the live stream tonight, come and do it there. And voting closes at midnight next Wednesday, UK midnight. Dave takes it down at midnight. I think he took this one down as well. So there's the way you can vote. If you want to listen to the albums, the links into the shorts that I made are in the description, and also if you're watching this till the very end, which I hope you do, you will see that both shorts appear up in at the end titles. Okay, up next today, because it's a busy day, we've got Pick and Mix, and we're going to do a video today, so it's in the camera's view, and we're looking at a classic concert from The Who, recorded in Texas in 1975, and also we've got a birthday today, and it's a good friend of the channel, Joe Jamfrey. It's his birthday today, and we're because we did his top 10 in the UK last year, we're doing the US top 10 on the day that he was born. So looking forward to that one as well. So I will see you later. Bye for now.